Are you confused how loops work in ECMAScript 6? Well, this video lecture might be just what you're looking for. Hello everyone, welcome to the online Node.js programming tutorial series from W3 Grads. In this video, we will learn about ES6 loops. So, let's get started. Looping statements in the programming languages help to execute the set of instructions and functions repeatedly, while a condition evaluates to true. Loops are an ideal way to perform the execution of certain conditions repeatedly. In a loop, the repetition is termed as iteration. The image shows the classification of loops in ES6. The loops are classified into two categories, which are definite and indefinite. A definite loop has fixed or definite number of iterations. The examples of this type of loop are for loop, for in loop, and for of loop. The table shows the three loops. The for loop executes the block of code for definite number of times. The for in loop iterates through the properties of the object. Now, unlike object literals, the for of loop iterates the iterables such as arrays, strings, etc. Let's try to elaborate each of these loops. The first one is the for loop. This loop is used to iterate a part of program multiple times. If you have a fixed number of iterations, then it is always recommended to use the for loop. Here is the syntax of for loop. This loop includes some parts that are initialization. It is the initial condition that is executed once at the starting of the loop. In this part, we initialize the variable, or it can also be used for the already initialized variable. It is an optional statement. Condition. It is executed each time for testing the condition of the loop. It continues the execution of the loop until the condition is false. It returns only Boolean values that are either true or false. It is also an optional statement. Increment or decrement. It can increment or decrement the value of the variable, and it is also an optional statement. Statement. It represents the body of the loop, which is executed every time until the conditional expression is false. Let us now understand the for loop with the help of an example. I have already opened a Sublime text editor where I have created a file named loopexample.js. Here, I will simply write for, parentheses, and inside them, I will declare a variable var I and set it equal to 1. Then, I will put a semicolon, and put a condition, I less than equal to 10 followed by a semicolon. After this, I will write I++. Then, I will include two curly braces, and within them, I will add the statement to output the value of I. So, I will write console.log, and within the parentheses, I will write I. Now, I will save the code. Then, I will go to my command prompt and type node space loopexample.js, and press enter. You will notice numbers 1 to 10 displayed on the console. The reason for this output is that, the variable is first assigned an initial value 1, then, it is tested for condition less than equal to 10. Each time the condition evaluates to true, the value of I is displayed, and the value is incremented by 1. As soon as the value of I reaches 11, the loop stops. So, this is how the for loop works. Now, let's look at the next type of loop, which is the for in loop. The for in loop is similar to for loop, which iterates through the properties of an object. That is, when you require to visit the properties or keys of the object, then you can use the for in loop. It is a better choice when you are working with objects, or dictionaries where the order of index is not essential. Here is the syntax of the for in loop. Here, variable name iterates through the properties in object name, and statement is executed. Here, in is a keyword. Now, let's understand this with another example. I will go back to the Sublime text editor and get rid of the entire code. Here, I will declare a function named vehicle, which accepts a parameter named brand. Within this function, I will write, this.brand equal to brand. Then, in the next line, I will write, this.color equal to red, wrapped in single quotes. Now, in the next line, I will write, this.name equal to Altraz. Now, after the function declaration, I will create the object of car. So, I will write var car equal to new vehicle, and within the parentheses, I will pass ta wrapped in single quotes. Then, I will declare a for in loop, and write, var details in car. After this, I will go inside the loop body and include a console.log statement, and add argument, details, plus colon wrapped in single quotes, plus, car followed by square brackets, and details within brackets as well. Now, I will save the code and run it. So, I will go to the command prompt and type, node space loop example.js. You will notice the output as brand, color, and name, and their respective values as tata, red, and altras. It is to be noted here that, in every iteration, one property from the object is assigned to loop variable named details, and this loop continues till all of the object properties get covered. Now, let's look at the last one, which is the for of loop. Unlike the object literals, this loop is used to iterate the iterables like arrays, strings, etc. Here is the syntax of for of loop. Here, variable name iterates through the properties of iterable name, and statement is executed. Here, of is a keyword. Let's look at the implementation of this loop. So, I will go to the Sublime text editor, and get rid of the entire code. Here, I will declare an array named languages, and assign it the values, Java, PHP, Python, Haskell, and C++. In the next line, I will declare a for of loop. So, I will write for, parentheses. Within them, I will write let value of languages. Then, I will go to the loop body, and include a console.log statement, and pass the loop variable, value. Now, let's save the code, and execute it. So, I will again go back to the command prompt, and type node space loop example.js, and press enter. You will notice the languages displayed in different lines in the console. Here, in every iteration, one property from the iterables gets assigned to the loop variable named value, and the loop continues till the end of the iteration. So, this is all about the definite loops in ECMAScript 6. Apart from the definite loops, there is another category of loops, which is called as the indefinite loops. An indefinite loop has infinite iterations. It is used when the number of iterations within the loop is intermediate or unknown. There are two types of indefinite loops, which are, while loop, and the do-while loop. The while loop executes the instructions each time till the defined condition evaluates to true. The do-while loop is similar to the while loop, but the key difference is that, the do-while loop executes the loop at once, irrespective of the terminator condition. Let's look at each of these loops in more detail. The first one to begin with is the while loop. A while loop is a control flow statement that allows the repeated execution of code based on the given Boolean condition. It consists of a block of code and an expression condition. The while loop checks the expression condition before the execution of block. That's why this control structure is often known as a pre-test loop. Here is the syntax of the while loop. The condition is tested in the while loop, and the statements inside the loop body will execute if the condition evaluates to true. Now, there are a couple of points which needs to be remembered. The first point is, the condition is always required in the while loop because it is necessary to run the loop. If the condition returns true, then the loop will start over again, but if it returns false, the loop will stop. The second one says, if the condition will always be true, then the loop will never end. Let us now look at how we can use the while loop. So, I will go back to my Sublime text editor, and get rid of the existing code. Here, I will create a variable named x, and assign it a value 1. Now, in the next line, I will create a while loop, and pass the condition as, x less than equal to 5. Then, I will go to the next line, and include a console.log statement, and pass the variable x. After this, I will go to the next line, and increment the value of variable x by 1. Now, my code is all set to be executed. So, I will save the code, and go to my command prompt. Then, I will type node space loop example.js, and press enter. You will notice the numbers 1 to 5 displayed, each in different line in the console. The reason for this output is that, the initial value of variable x is set to 1, and this is tested against value 5. Since 1 is less than 5, therefore the condition evaluates to true, and the console.log statement in the loop body is executed. Then, the value of x is incremented by 1. This process continues till the value of x becomes equal to 5. As soon as the value of x reaches 6, the loop stops. So, this is how the while loop works. Now, the last one in our list is the do-while loop. It is a control flow statement that executes a block of code at least once, and then it will depend upon the condition whether or not the loop executes the block repeatedly. The do-while loop checks the condition after the execution of the block. That's why this control structure is also known as the post-test loop. It is also possible that the condition always evaluates to true, which will create an infinite loop. Here is the syntax of the do-while loop. Here, the statement or a group of statements are executed first, and then, the condition is checked. In the do-while loop, the statement is bound to be executed, irrespective of the condition to be checked. Let's understand this with the help of an example. I will go to the Sublime text editor, and get rid of the existing code. Then, I will create a variable named y, and set it equal to -1. Then, in the next line, I will write do along with curly braces. Inside the loop body, I will include a console.log statement, and pass variable y. Then, in the next line, I will increment the value of y by 1. After this, I will go outside the loop body, and write while followed by parentheses. Inside the parentheses, I will include a condition y greater than 0, and end the while statement with a semicolon. Now, I will save the code, and it is now ready for the execution. So, I will go to my command prompt, and type, node space loop example.js, and press enter. This time, you will see the output as -1 displayed on the console. So, why this output? Well, in the do-while loop, the statement is executed prior to the evaluation of condition. Therefore, it executes a statement at least once, even if the condition evaluates to false. That is why, -1 is displayed, and later, when it is tested in the conditions holds false, and thus the loop has stopped. Has this been done using the while loop, there would have been no output due to the difference in syntax. So, this is the working of do-while loop. Hence, this is all about the definite and indefinite loops. I hope you have understood the loops well. So, keep learning, and I will see you next time. Until then, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon for more interesting uploads. Thank you for watching this video.